How you feeling?
Couldn't face going into work today. Been on this thing for hours. I can't believe how much info there is about motor neuron disease.
Fancy some lunch?
Yeah, great. He's dead.
I can't remember the last time I sat down watching daytime telly.
You better get used to it.
I don't think so. Oh, yeah.
What do you think you're playing at, eh?
Oh, nice to see you and all.
Just got off and left us. You had to hitchhike all the way home.
I'm sorry, but I tried to find you. You've gone missing. I had to get back for Nicky's dad's funeral.
We mustn't have looked very far. We were only in the pub.
Aye, the Wanderers have returned.
We set off at 7:30 last night. We had to sleep in the service station in Bristol. Thought we were never going to get home.
Could be murdered or anything.
You just weren't where he is.
Yeah, no thanks to you. I'm knackered. Any chance of a cuppa, Sinbad?
Hey, never mind all that. You better jump in the bath and get yourself cleaned up. I'm starting to think you wouldn't show.
Can't I just sit down for 5 minutes?
No, you can't. We've got to report to the police station this afternoon. You can still be facing assault charges for all we know.
Yeah, I don't need reminding, you know.
Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah, it was sound.
Look, there's some cards for you over there, son.
Any from your mum?
Does not like it, mate.
Oh, yeah, surprise, surprise.
Hey, any word from the police?
Nothing.
At least that lad's going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. That's what I call natural justice, eh?
What kind of attitude is that, Tim? He's laughing because that lad's in a wheelchair.
You didn't find it so funny when your Ben ended up in one, did you?
Yeah, well, that Ben's not a fascist.
It still doesn't make it right. Look, this isn't over yet. Leo and Jerome could still be charged. They might get sent down. Will you still think it's funny then?
Hi, Dad.
Hi, love. You heard about Susanna?
Oh, yeah, Jackie phoned me. I can't believe it.
The world seems to have gone mad.
I only just realised. Come on, come in.
Yeah, it's nice in here.
Grandad!
Oh, you kidding? Look at her. Have you missed me?
A little bit.
A little bit, is that all? Thanks very much.
Hi. Oh, look, I hope I didn't think being rude, but I'm just on my way out.
Oh, no rest for the wicked, eh?
Mm-hmm. Do I get a kiss, Carly? Oh, see you. See you later.
See you, though. So how's your wrist?
Oh, it's a lot better, thanks.
She's got a smashing place here, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Must have a few bob.
Come on, I'll give you a guided tour.
So she'll live here on her own, then?
Well, she did till we moved in.
Oh, right. Hasn't she got a boyfriend?
No.
Oh. Suppose she's like you, then, eh? Too obsessed with her career to find time for men.
Not quite.
Oh, right. So how come she's single? Good-looking girl like her, she could have the pick of any fella, couldn't she?
Well, I'm sure she could, but she wouldn't be interested.
Oh.
She's a lesbian.
Oh.
How is she? Her lung collapsed. They put her on a ventilator. How right? They won't even tell me if she's gonna make it or not. I'm sure she will. The legs of her rose come up smelling her roses. What's up with you? I know this is not a good time, but I haven't got any choice. I can't look after the kids anymore.
What?
I don't care how ill she is. There's no way I can carry on working for her.
Well, why not?
If I tell you, will you promise to keep it to yourself? It's not the sort of thing you want the whole world knowing about.
Yeah, I promise.
She was having an affair with Greg. I thought Nicky must have made a mistake. I practically tore the house apart looking for some proof. And I found it. You don't look very shocked.
Don't I?
You already know, don't you?
You finished?
Sorry, I don't seem to have much of an appetite. It just feels so awful.
Well, don't. Feel awful for Mark, yes, but don't feel you've got some part to play in all this.
But can't you see this explains everything? He's been through this completely alone. He even let our marriage fall apart rather than tell me. It all makes sense now. His lack of interest in everything, his clinginess.
Look. At least your decision to leave him wasn't clouded by his illness. You left him because you wanted to. Because you stopped loving him.
But if he'd confided in me from the start, then maybe I would have been more understanding.
And what, stayed with him out of pity?
No, stayed with him because I would have realised why he was behaving the way he was.
But why? You've told me yourself. You've wondered whether or not you two were even right for each other in the first place.
It's terrifying, all that stuff on the net. Can you imagine how he must be feeling?
I can't. I suppose each of us would deal with it differently.
There were some sites on alternative treatments. They were saying that some of the treatments can help slow the progression of the disease down.
Look, there are no miracle cures. You may be able to slow it down, but that is about it. It is a terminal illness. He is going to die.
How can you be so cold?
Because I'm a doctor, I have to be pragmatic. I can't get emotionally involved.
Yes, well, I'm not a doctor. I am emotionally involved.
Look, I have to get back to work. I really hate leaving you like this. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Oh, why don't you give us a shout? Have you seen the time?
Well, you'd obviously needed it.
I feel like I'll never be able to leave this house again after last week.
Why not?
I made the right show myself.
Don't be soft.
Now we're all expected to just pick ourselves up and start all over again.
There's nothing else we can do, Mum.
Nick, everything seems like such an effort. Even getting out of bed.
I know. But that's why it's so important to try and start getting back into some sort of normal routine.
But how can I? Every time I hear a car pull up outside, I'm half expecting it to be them in from work.
I know. But they wouldn't want us sitting around the house mourning them forever. They'd want us to move on, carry on with our lives.
That's the last thing I'm thinking about. It'll be a long time before I can move on.
Hey, I've just had a letter back off the uni. Do you want to know when I'm going to go back?
What have you decided?
I don't know. Part of me feels like packing it all in.
Well, give yourself time. I mean, you can only go back if and when you feel up to it.
Do you know we're supposed to go to university after his dad died? We never bothered in the end. I reckon he'll end up regretting it.
There's nothing stopping him from going on in the future, is there?
I reckon he will one day. I mean, he's far too bright to be wasting his time doing all kinds of rubbish jobs. I suppose I should learn from his mistakes. Should be planning ahead, trying to make something of my life.
So what do you know about the girl? Apart from the fact that she's a thingamajig.
A lesbian, you mean?
Yes, all right, thanks, shush.
Callie already knows. I've explained it to her.
Kindly know she's a...
I don't see why it should be some big secret.
My God, Lindsay, are you soft or what? She's just a little kid. You don't know what kind of effect this might have on her in the future.
She'll be open-minded. I thought that'd be a good thing.
So has this Shelley one ever tried to, you know, make a move on you, anything like that?
Tad, I'm straight, and Shelley knows that.
But you've only known her 5 minutes, and she's asking you to stay with her. What's all that about?
She thought I'd been beaten off to death by some burglar. She was trying to help me out. Dad, this has got nothing to do with her sexuality. We get on well. We've got a lot in common.
Yeah, not too much, I hope.
So when did you find out?
It was a while ago now.
Who else knows?
Well, hardly anyone. Apart from Lindsay.
I bet you that gave you all something to gossip about in work. You must have had a real laugh at Margie's expense.
Hey, it wasn't like that. I was as shocked as you when I found out.
Greg, of all people.
No one knows all the ins and outs of what exactly went on between them.
I think I know enough.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't easy for them either. I mean, life's more complicated than that.
Oh, don't give me all that. She couldn't give a toss about anyone else but herself.
Oh, come on, that's not true.
He was a married man. And he was going to be my father-in-law. And he was carrying on right under my nose. If it wasn't for her, She'd still be alive now.
You can't say that.
If she wasn't kind on McGreg, he would never have been at that club in the first place. And Jason wouldn't have gone in there after him trying to save him.
Look, I can understand you feeling like this, but Susanna needs all the help she can get right now.
There's no way I can carry on working for her. Imagine what position that would put me in if Margie ever found out.
Well, she won't. Not if nobody tells her.
Well, I'm not going to take that chance. She was devastated at that funeral. I think if she finds out about this, it would kill her.
What are you doing all dressed up? I'm coming with you.
We don't need a chaperone.
You've got one whether you like it or not. Leo, hurry up, will you?
How come you two aren't at work? Who's the chippy?
What?
I thought you said the Zaren was okay.
It is. He just misses some things, that's all.
I said, how come you're not at work? What's up?
Chippy's closed, Tim.
Why? You doing it up?
Do you want to tell him or shall I?
The place was completely trashed by those knobheads.
I know you're disappointed, Tim, but Mick's decided to call it a day.
You've what?
Look, I got an offer for it. I've decided to take it.
Oh, is that why you cut me hours before I got off? Break it to me gently.
No.
So where does that leave me? What about my job?
Look, I'm sorry, Tim.
I bet you knew about this all along, didn't you? Is that why you sent me off with Leo and Jerome? Sorted out while I was away?
No, it didn't happen like that.
Look, Tim, you're not the only one who's lost your job.
Yeah, well, some of us will be worse off than others, won't we? So did we get, you know, redundancy or anything like that?
Look, we'll talk about that another time. I've got more important things to be worrying about right now.
Me and Leo could get charged today. And all you're worried about is some dead-end job in a chippy.
Well, it might be some dead-end job to you, but it's all I had. I wish I never even bothered coming home now.
What's up with him?
I'll explain on the way. Come on, I'm going to be late for the business. Sinbad, we're getting off. See you later.
Good luck.
We're gonna need it.
Seeing as you and this Shelley have become so close, don't suppose you told her the real reason why you're too scared to go out?
No, of course I haven't.
Callum's still been hanging around all the time, you know. But what do you think of here? Love, this has got to be sorted once and for all.
Tell me something I don't know.
He still wants the club. And he's not just going to let you disappear. And while you're hiding out in your nice, cosy little cottage, it's me he's putting all the pressure on.
I'm sorry, Dad, but do you think I'm enjoying this? Eh? Not being able to visit you and my mum for fear of being attacked by some lunatic.
Yeah, OK, all right. So what are you going to do about it?
I honestly don't know.
But I know one thing for certain. I'll never let him get the better of me again.
Oh, do you want a ham, Mum?
No, nearly finished.
How many have you done?
Oh, Nick. I've done it again, haven't I?
Never mind.
I wasn't even thinking. I was just in the whales in me out. It's so weird.
Mum, it doesn't matter. Where's Aunt Emily?
Homework club. Said she'd be in about 5-ish.
Oh, at least she's back at school.
Yeah, it's for the best. Having all her friends round her.
Have you had any more thoughts when you're going to go back to work?
Oh, I couldn't face it, not yet.
What about your new job?
I thought about it. There's no way I could just go off and leave you two. I suppose better write to them, let them know.
Don't go rushing into anything. I mean, you might feel differently in a few weeks' time.
No, if your dad was still here, he wouldn't want me to go. He'd want me to stay at home. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Oh, hi. That's good afternoon. Glad to be home, let's put it that way.
I was saying to Lindsay, what a lovely place you've got here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, do you like living on your own?
Well, she doesn't live on her own anymore.
I meant before you two turnaways moved in on her.
Yeah, I've always been quite independent, I suppose.
Right, yeah. Lindsay says you're single.
Oh, yeah.
Not got your eye on anyone at the moment. No nice girls on the horizon. Hope you don't mind me bringing that up, only Lindsay was telling me that you're a, well, you know.
A lesbian.
Yeah, right. If it's not being too personal, what put you off, fellas, in the first place? Had some bad experiences, have you?
I don't think it quite works like that, Dad. You either are or you aren't.
With more people than we realise hovering somewhere in the middle.
Well, the world's changing, though, isn't it, hey? I mean, you've only got to turn on the telly these days and you can't move for lesbians. Jumping out of the screen at you. Live and let live, that's my motto. Yeah, I mean, what two adults get up to behind closed doors is nobody's business, is it? So long as they're not flaunting it. Not doing anyone any harm, are they?
Dad, isn't it about time you were going?
Yeah, suppose I should. Anyway, your mother will be on for court soon.
Oh, she hasn't been done for shoplifting again, has she?
Ah, take no notice. She's on jury service. See you, Kyles. Oh, nice little kiss for a granddad. Right. See you, Shelley.
Bye.
Well, she seemed quite nice.
That's because she is nice.
Yeah, well, don't be letting her try anything on.
Oh, Dad, you're unbelievable. I'm a million times safer here than I would have been at yours with Callum on the prowl.
Well, that's just as well. But remember what I said. You can't hide out here forever.
I don't intend to. I just want to keep a low profile till I've decided what to do, that's all.
Good. Well, the sooner the better. I'll see you later.
See ya. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I've never been so embarrassed in my whole life.
Oh, don't be. Live and let live, that's what I say. As long as he doesn't flaunt his heterosexuality, he's not doing any harm, is he?
I'll have to go. So what are you going to do? Just dump the kids on me? I'm sorry, it's not my problem. Please, Katrina, you can't walk out on Susanna now. She could die for all we know.
Yeah, well, don't be expecting me to cry if she does.
Couldn't you at least wait and see what happens?
I've made up my mind.
What do you do for the kids? I mean, they know you and they're used to you. It's not their fault Greg and Susanna are having an affair, is it? I mean, she's out of it, she doesn't even know what's going on. If you walk away now, the only ones who are going to suffer are the kids. This is hard enough for them as it is. At least with you, they've got some kind of stability. Can't you hang on to them just till we know what's going to happen with Susanna?
I don't know.
Please, Katrina. They don't deserve to be messed about anymore. I'll tell you what, if you need a break, I'll look after them tonight and it'll give you some more time to think about it.
How come no one's getting in touch with the husband? Isn't he the one that should be here looking after them?
Susanna wouldn't want that.
You've just said yourself, there's a chance she could die. We should be getting in touch with them anyway.
If the worst comes to the worst, then I'll contact Max. So what do you reckon? You stick with it?
I suppose you're right. I haven't done anything wrong. I could do with a break, though. I'm worn out.
Well, like I said, I'll have them tonight and I'll have them all day tomorrow. Is that okay with you?
Looks like I'll have to be.
You're still on that thing.
Afraid so.
The phone bill's going to be astronomical.
It's just so much to take on board.
For you.
Wow, what have I done to deserve these?
Oh, I thought you might need some cheering up.
That's very nice. It might take more than a few flowers.
Shall I log off?
No, I haven't finished yet.
Come on, why are you doing all this?
I just want to know everything there is to know.
That I can understand, but it's not going to change anything.
I just feel so guilty. If I'd have known...
But you didn't know. I can understand you being upset. Anyone would be, but you're talking like you regret ever having left him. Now, how do you think that makes me feel?
I just want to make it up to him.
Well, how do you intend to do that? By going back to him?
I don't know.
So you've considered it?
I didn't say that.
It sounded like that to me.
I'm just so confused.
You're confused. So you'd actually go back to a man that you've said you don't love anymore?
It's not like that. He needs me.
I need you. What about us? How can you even consider going back to him?
God, can't you see it's not that simple?
Yes, it is. What's happened to Mark is absolutely dreadful, but we can't let it come between us. Can you honestly tell me, after all that we've been through, after all the time that it has taken us to get together, that you could actually just walk away from it like that?
Thank God I've been worried sick.
Kept us hanging around for ages, son.
To speak to us for 2 minutes.
Well, come on then, put us out of our misery. What's happening?
He dropped the charges.
Yes, nice one.
I don't think I've ever been so relieved in my entire life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, at least someone's had some good news today.
It's not that brilliant.
What was that?
I said it's not that brilliant.
Why not?
Doing Devil for GBH.
Well, let's just be grateful that you two are in the clear. I hope you've learnt your lesson now, because you don't know how lucky you are.
Lucky? You're joking, aren't you? One of our best mates could get sent down.
Well, someone's got to pay for what's happened to that lad.
And who's going to pay for what happened to Sinbad?
Look, this has already got out of hand. Enough people have been hurt.
All we were trying to do was defend ourselves, and now he could get sent down. That's out of order.
There's bottles and clean nappies for them in there. You know where everything is in Susanna's, don't you?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll manage.
Right, then I'll leave you to it. Got the keys?
Yeah, and thanks again.
I mean it, though. Once Susanna's got the all clear, I don't want anything more to do with her. I'm only doing this for the kids.
Yeah, I know you are. And I'm dead grateful, honest. Thanks.
See you tomorrow.
See you. Come here. Poor little thing. I don't know, Harry. What's gonna become of us, eh?
Maybe it's time that someone got in touch with Max.
You are joking, aren't you?
He doesn't know yet, and I want to tell him myself.
You know what? What's wrong? It's because I was raped.
How does it feel to know that you're responsible for another kid's death?
If you or someone you know is affected by motor neuron disease, then you can call the association helpline on 08456 626262. Calls will be charged at local rate and lines are open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 and 7 p.m. to 10:30.
Hey, love.
Hi.
How's our Lindsay?
He was fast asleep when I left this morning.
Oh, that's good. All this has taken it out of it, hasn't it? So what are you up to?
I just came over to take another look at the place and measure up.
Oh, could do with a lick of paint and a bit of wallpaper.
I was thinking more along the lines of a complete makeover.
Oh, right. Hey, it's a bit like that show on the telly with, what's her name? Carol...
Carol Smiley.
Smiley. Carol Smiley, yeah. She could do a bit of remodelling for me anytime.
Oh, and me.
Thought she was married.
She is. But then that's always the way, isn't it?
What is it?
Well, the best ones are taken.
Oh, right.
Coming in?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, come in. So, come on then, what did the police say?
They're charging Devil, but they're not going to press charges against me and Leo.
Oh, well, that's good.
I suppose.
You don't sound so happy about it. I thought you'd be made up.
I am. It's just that...
It's just what?
It's like we're the ones being treated like criminals for trying to defend ourselves.
Just because one of that lot got hit?
Yeah, and it's not like the busies were swarming all over Josh and his mates when they attacked Mick and Sinbad, is it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be going on at you.
It's all right, you need someone to sound off, huh?
It's the usual story, innit? If you're some nutter, you get away with it, but if you're black...
You How's business then, Pops? You going to be retiring to the Bahamas soon or what?
Fat chance. Anyway, it's not business I'm worried about, it's your sister.
I wouldn't worry yourself. She's just a bit scratchy because she's tired from looking after Harry and Emma.
Jackie's having to take a lot on with Lindsay and Susanna both had a commission. There's this place, there's a club to sort out, and now Harry and Emma.
We'll just have to muck in and give her a hand, won't we?
And we will, but how long's Susanna going to be in hospital for?
Your guess is as good as mine. Sounds pretty serious, though.
You're right, it's serious. Could be weeks, months even. And that's if she pulls through.
Yeah, well, don't say that to Jackie, whatever you do.
Don't say what to Jackie.
All right, love. Didn't see you there.
What are you two going on about now?
We're just worried about you, Jack. It's a lot of responsibility looking after 2 babies on top of everything else.
Dad, I'm coping. And anyway, Katrina will be having them back tonight.
Yeah, but it's not right, though, is it, love? Little Harry being passed from pillar to post like this. At that age, a kid needs stability, not being passed around.
So what do you suggest?
Well, actually, I've been thinking about it, and... well, I think maybe it's time that someone got in touch with Max.
You are joking, aren't you?
Jacqueline, it's time he was made to face up to his responsibilities, rather than everyone else carrying the can for him while he lives the high life.
I can't believe that you, of all people, are saying this. I mean, you had an angina attack last time Max was in here, and now you want him to come back?
It's not that I want him back, love. I just don't think it's fair that he's getting off scot-free.
He has got a point, Jack. I mean, well, he is the dad.
The dad? He hasn't even seen baby Emma since she was born. That's how much of a dad he's been.
Well, then perhaps he should start, eh?
Look, there is just no way. Susanna's ill enough already without having that slime ball hanging around her.
Yeah, all right, love, OK. It was just an idea, that's all.
Yeah, and that's all it's gonna be, OK?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry. Don't want my ugly mug in your pickies, do you?
So, has there been any word from the police about the burglary?
No. The wooden tops round here couldn't even catch a cold.
Pity Lindsay couldn't have given more of a description.
Yeah, well, all must have happened so fast.
Has she, spoken to you about it?
How do you mean, like?
Well, it's just any time I've brought it up, Lindsay doesn't seem to want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, you can't blame her for that, can you? You know, something like that happening, you just want to put it behind you, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose you do.
Anyway, this makeover thing should cheer it up no end. You know, change is as good as a vest and all that. So, how long have you been doing this interior design stuff?
A few years now.
Oh, right. Must make a few bob then, eh?
Well, I think of a career change.
No. Can't see myself doing something like this.
Lindsay mentioned the local comp let you go.
Yeah, well, these things happen, you know.
So why not just apply for another post?
If only it was that easy.
You're qualified. A lot of schools are desperate for teachers. What was your subject?
History.
Well, that does narrow your options, I suppose. Pity it wasn't science or maths.
Oh, no, wouldn't be any good teaching those. No, see, the thing with history is it's more challenging, you know. Making the past come alive for the kids. Seeing them, getting the connection between what's happening now and what happened years ago.
So, what actually happened? Why did they let you go?
Well, I suppose I just didn't see eye to eye with the head, really.
Well, there's no grounds for dismissal, though.
No, well, it was more of a, I would just say, a mutual agreement.
Jimmy, sorry.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm popping over to Bar Brookie for a bevy. Do you fancy one?
Are you buying?
Yeah, go on, why not? My way of saying thank you for helping our Lindsay. I really appreciate it.
Even if I am a lesbian.
Hey, listen, like I say, live and let live. That's my motto.
Knock it off. Knock it off.
No, stop it. Go away then.
What's done?
Not even looking. No, stop it. Don't waste people's time.
Right, once done.
Hiya. I'm sorry to barge in like this. Oh, Nathan gave me the key. He should be up in a sec. I just had to get out that bar for 1 minute. Me dad and all Mike were going on at me something rotten. Oh, how did your weekend go with Dad? What is it? It's Mark. Look, I know these things are hard, but, I mean, he'll get over it. I mean, things don't always work out with people. That is just life. What's happened?
You've got to promise not to repeat any of this to Nathan. He doesn't know yet, and I want to tell him myself.
No, what?
Mark's dying.
What?
He's terminally ill.
Oh, how did you find out?
When Darren and I came back, he came round.
Oh, are you sure he's dying? I mean, with all the medicines these days.
He's got motor neuron disease, and he's only got a couple of years left.
Well, who else knows?
Just Darren. Promise you won't say anything to Nathan until I get a chance to speak to him.
Don't worry, I won't, I promise.
Look who I found slumming it. Listen, I'll see you there.
Don't suppose you fancy popping over to do ours when you're finished?
No problem. Just hope you can afford my prices.
Oh, charging are you?
No, not for this. What do you take me for?
All right, so do I qualify for the freebie then, about?
Well, you're not in the hospital, are you? No, I just thought I'd give it a wee bit of a tidy up before she gets out.
Great, very neighbourly of you.
Well, there's nothing worse than coming home to the jungle, is there?
Hey, listen, this place will be looking like a Brazilian rainforest by the time Susanna gets out.
Thought she was on the mend.
Well, she's had a bit of a relapse.
Is it serious?
Well, they're taking her back into intensive care, so she won't be out for a while. And she won't be getting any visitors, because our Lindsay's still recovering, and Jackie's stuck in that course.
Oh, it's terrible. Well, I might try and pop in and see her if you think she'd be glad of my company.
Well, if nobody's there, she'll be made up.
OK. So, how's Jackie getting on with her jury service?
Well, she's still kicking her heels on the subs bench, you know. Hasn't made it to the first team yet. But I can just see it when she does. Be like that film, 12 Angry Men, only in reverse. 11 of them wanting to let them off and go home, and her holding out for a conviction. You know what she's like.
Or rather her than me. I tell you, I think I've seen enough of the courts to last me a lifetime. And how's Lindsay?
Oh, she's away recuperating.
She must have had a real scare.
Yeah, she did.
You know, between what happened to Lindsay and those yobs that have been hanging around, it's a wonder any of us are safe.
Oh, don't go worrying yourself about that. I doubt if we'll be seeing them around here again.
So how's your mum?
Oh, she's not too good. I finally convinced her to get out the house, well, for a bit anyway. She's doing me head in. She just won't accept that my dad and our Jason are gone.
You just got to give her some time. When my dad died, my ma lost the plot for a bit. She kept laying his place at the table.
How long did you do that for?
About a week. You just got to get on with things, I suppose.
That's what I keep telling me, Mum.
Well, maybe you've got to take the first step then.
How do you mean?
We could get yourself back off to uni for a start. Maybe if she sees you getting on with things, then she will as well.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll do my best.
I've been there and bought the T-shirt.
I'm glad you came over.
So am I.
Come here. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Well, what are you pulling away from me for? You seem really tense.
It's just that I'm not sure if I'm ready to...
Have sex?
Well, yeah.
Well, how come? You do fancy me, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
So what is it then? Is it because I was raped?
I just don't want to be rushing into things with everything that's happened.
You can't let that come between us now. You've always been dead up front with me. I mean, after it happened, everyone treated me like I was a China doll. You were the only one who treated me like I was normal.
That's because you are normal. It's the guy that did it, that's the sick one.
So what's the problem then?
I just want it to be special.
It
just makes my blood boil to think of Maxie swanning around while his wife's lying in intensive care and his kids are being passed from pillar to post.
It's none of your business.
Hey, Jacqueline's my daughter and Harry's my grandson. That makes it my business, doesn't it?
OK, then. But we don't know where Max is, so how are you going to get in touch with him?
Nathan would know how to contact him. He's been dealing with Susanna's divorce.
I wouldn't be really pleased getting dragged into the middle of all this after what Jackie said this morning. Dad, if you interfere, she's going to go off her head.
Well, somebody's got to do something.
They're gonna have to show themselves around here sometime.
Jimmy?
You okay?
Yeah, but you were wrong about these yobs. Do you think we should call the police?
And say what? That there's a bunch of racist thugs hanging around looking at people funny.
Well, something like that.
Yeah, but it's not an offence, is it? The busies won't want to know until they actually do something.
It's a bit late when that happens.
Usually, yeah.
Well, we've got to do something.
Okay. But I hope you'll bring me grapes in the Aussie if they happen to have a go. Hey, don't you think you've caused enough aggro round here?
What's it to you, Grandad?
Less of the lip.
Well, what? You're gonna batter us to death with your Zimmer?
Just do one before I call the busies, will you?
Get real. It's a free country.
Is it? Not with the likes of you around, it's not.
You know what you are?
No. But I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
You're a traitor to the white race. Standing up for likes of her against your own.
My own? Listen, Sonny. If I thought I had anything in common with you lot, I'd top myself.
You keep sticking your nose in, and we might just save you the trouble. Oh, and if you see any of your other friends, tell them we want a word.
My word, you have been busy.
Oh, Jackie's looking after them for a friend who's in hospital.
Oh, I see. How are you, Jackie? Recovered from the barbecue?
Yeah. So when did you arrive?
Last night. Chambers had put me up in some grotty little hotel in town. Oh, only one bathroom en suite and no gold taps, I take it. I don't suppose there's any chance I could set up camp here, is there?
Sorry, Darren's here already, and as you can see, it's not exactly Buck House.
Yes, I can see that. Actually, this place did remind me of somewhere as I drove in.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Beirut. Of course, Liverpool doesn't have quite the same weather, does it?
Well, I'm sure the view from your hotel room's a lot nicer.
Not much. But I suppose it'll have to do, for the moment at least.
Well, I doubt you'll be spending much time in there anyway. You'll probably be stuck in court.
Well, I suppose it means sitting in an office all day, staring at a computer. So what was it you do again, Jackie?
Jackie runs the bar downstairs, amongst other things.
That must be long hours as well, managing a bar.
Well, I don't just manage you.
No, of course. I'm sure it's a good deal more complicated than that.
Yeah, it is. Because I own it.
How about lunch?
That sounds like a good idea. I can't wait to see this place of yours, Jackie.
No problem. You come with us, Vic?
I don't feel very sociable right now.
Come on.
Okay, but I can't stay long. Got loads of work to do.
Right, let's go then.
Right, well, I'll just sort these two out and I'll catch you up.
See you down there.
Yeah.
You okay?
Fine, why?
Oh, no reason, just, how did your break with Darren go?
Fine.
What, just fine?
That's what I said, isn't it?
Hi, love. What are you having?
No, it's okay. I'll get these.
Have you been slaving away in our Lindsay's? Don't be soft.
I wouldn't exactly call interior design slaving away. I mean, it's not like teaching. It's not really a vocation.
Oh, well, you've got a point there. I mean, teaching is about the hardest thing you can do. You know, getting kids to think about things instead of accepting everything around them.
If you ask me, I think the school must be mad to get rid of someone as committed as you seem to be.
Oh, thanks. But I am still out of a job, unfortunately. And it doesn't look as if the social are going to be much help either.
Don't worry, something will come along.
I hope so. So, what are you having?
I can't believe Mick's just gonna give in to them.
We don't even know if it definitely was that, Josh.
Oh, come off it. Who else has scrolled white power garbage over the place?
Just try and forget about it. What was you saying to me earlier about moving on with your life? Well, maybe that's what Mick's doing. So should you.
Look at the grief they've caused. Even Tim's lost his job.
Come on, let's go and get a drink.
So you're going to be around for a while, then? It certainly looks that way. These inquiries have a tendency to drag on.
Can I have vodka and orange, please?
Can I have a Coke, please? Bit early, innit?
Just fancy the drink.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to sound like I was nagging you or anything.
Oh, it's all right. Just my mum's been going on at me lately, as if I'm some kind of alcoholic.
It's like 'cause you had a bit of a drink after your dad's funeral.
Yeah.
I got totally bevied after my dad's. It's just what you do, innit?
Not according to me, Mum.
Different people have different ways of dealing with things.
I just wish someone would tell me Mum that.
Oh, she'll come round eventually.
I hope so. Anyway, I've been thinking about what we were talking about earlier, about moving on with things.
Yeah.
And I've decided I'm going to go back to uni.
It's great.
Fancy another kid?
Oh, no, I'd better go.
Oh, that's okay. Give my love to our Lindsay, will you?
I will.
I'll see you later.
I don't know how he's got the brass neck to show his face in public.
Why's that?
Well, you know, all the carry-on at that school.
Look, Dad, just don't go kicking off, OK?
On second thoughts, Mike, make that a half.
Are you feeling a bit skint, are you?
Never mind feeling a bit skint. I am a bit skint.
Why, what's happened?
I went down to the social this morning, didn't I?
And what did he say?
Well, you'd think with me never having signed on and then making all them contributions when I was teaching that they'd be able to sort me out, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
No chance. All we get is 50 poxy quid a week family credit. That's not even proper dole money, that, is it?
Ah. Does that mean that you won't be able to live in the style that you become accustomed to? My heart bleeds for you.
You are?
You've got some front, you. You paid taxes for all of 5 minutes and you got the nerve to complain. What about all the time you've been sponging off real taxpayers like me?
I've never sponged off anyone, mate.
You mightn't have signed on, but you still used all the public services. And who do you think pays for them, eh? The Tooth Fairy. You shouldn't be getting anything if you'd ask me.
All right. Well, no one did ask you, did they? So why don't you just do one?
Yeah, just leave it, will you, Pops?
I'm sorry, son. I'm not going to stand here and listen to some drug dealer going off on one about how hard done by he is.
Hey, aye. Who are you calling a drug dealer?
Don't play the innocent with me, Corkill. Everybody knows you got the push from that school because they found out what you really are. For all we know, it might have been you sold that Susan Clark kid the smack that killed her.
Oh, that's a bit strong, innit, Dad?
You are totally out of order, Dixon.
I don't hear you denying it.
Well, you saying I got a job as a teacher so I could deal drugs to kids? You are off your head.
OK, then. Why did they get rid of you? So, how does it feel to know that you're responsible for another kid's death?
Dad, you okay?
Better get off.
Why?
I don't want to be here if the busy show up.
But you didn't have anything to do with that.
I know, but any sign of trouble and the police are onto the first black guy they see around here. You coming?
I'll catch you up.
Right, then, catch you in a bit, yeah.
Josh.
Hey! What do you want? What do you think? Our mate's in a wheelchair.
So?
Well, the police might have let you off, but we're not going to. Get in! Come on! Get in!
carry and do on before my mates get here.
What mates are these?
Okay, then. You and me?
No, it's 1-to-1, is it? It was 3-on-1 when you put my mate in a wheelchair. But you lot don't know how to fight fair, do you?
Like you did the other day, you mean?
The only mistake we made was stopping when we did. But don't worry. We're not going to make the same mistake with you.
That's enough.
We haven't even started yet.
No, and you're not going to either.
It's going to take a bit more than some Irish slapper to stop us.
I think you should leave before the police get here.
My mate's in a wheelchair because of him. We're going nowhere. Now get out of the way, or else you'll get the same as he's about to.
Look, the police will be here any minute. Well, you should leave before they get here, or you're going to be in big trouble.
Don't be daft. There's no one around here to call the police.
I just did.
You might have got away with it this time, but we'll be back. What this area needs is a good clean-out.
I'm moving back in with him.
Max?
Hope you keep a fire extinguisher by the bed, boys.
Lovers, Tiff? Hardly, seeing as we're not lovers.
We're gonna finish it.
Well, next on 4, something that's just about to start. A new series of She's Gotta Have It. Looking good with a brand new presenter.
Mom? Mom, I'm home. Mom? Mom? Nan, it's me, Emily. Do you know where my mum is? She said she was going to take me shopping after school. I'm just a bit worried about her.
You sure you're doing this right?
Even Schumacher would be proud to have me on his team, kid.
You're only changing the leads on the spark plug straight.
Only? This is all about skill, something which you'll never know anything about.
Jerome.
Yo.
Your ma's on the phone.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, she just wants a word.
Sound. Fit them for us, Lee. Carefully, yeah.
We got a hammer, Dad.
How bad did things really get with those thugs the other night, Lee? Has Jerome said anything?
I don't think it comes to blows.
Well, listen, son, if they turn up again, you bill me on Jerome's mobile. I want to know if there's any more trouble, right?
Yeah.
Whenever, wherever.
Hey, Mick.
All right, Jimmy.
See them scallies were around the other night?
Yeah, I just don't seem able to shake them off.
Well, they're just going around looking for trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they'll get loads of it too if they keep on. Because Leo and Jerome aren't as level-headed as they could be at this moment.
Well, you can't blame them for fighting back.
Oh, I know, Jimmy, but I can't tell them that, can I? I mean, one of their mates had just put a lad in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, all needs knocking on the head if you'd ask me.
Yeah. Anyway, what are you up to now you've packed in teaching?
Nothing. Bored off me cake.
Couldn't knock it, eh?
What do you mean by that?
All right, Jimmy.
Listen, Mick, that's how rumours start. I've had enough gossiping from Dixon.
How do you mean?
Nothing, doesn't matter. I'll put him straight, I'm telling you.
Why did you jack it in?
Mick, you haven't seen my mum, have you?
No, I haven't.
Have you, sir?
No, love, no. And listen, it's Jimmy, now.
Right, sorry, sir.
Are you worried about her, love?
No, she'll be back soon.
Do you need any... So have you seen anything of Margie?
Not since the funeral to speak to. Mind you, it's difficult knowing what to say, isn't it?
Well, I'd sooner make small talk myself than pretend nothing had happened. Hey, love. Off to work?
No, I was going to call in and see how Susanna was.
Oh, nice, yeah. Well, say hello from us.
Yeah, will do.
Listen, I'll catch you later.
See you, Jimmy.
Bye. Was Jerome okay after the other night?
Yeah, thanks for helping him out.
Things could have got a wee bit nasty.
Really? Jerome made out that it was all bluff and bluster.
I don't think so. I was scared out of my skin. You know, they only moved on because I'd called the police.
I knew that he was trying to make out that it was nothing.
But you know that Josh fella, he's out for blood. And I think he probably still is. Anyway, bye.
Right. Should be back about 10-ish.
I'll give my love to Blackpool.
I will.
See you later.
Bye.
Hi, it's Lindsay Corkill. Any chance of meeting up?
Hi. I was expecting Nathan.
Sorry to disappoint you. Is this what I think it is?
If you mean a suitcase, yeah.
You know what I mean.
Look, we both understand the small print here, so let's not make it any more difficult than it already is.
Spending the weekend with Mark isn't going to solve anything. But I suppose if you think it'll help.
It's not an overnight bag.
You're not serious.
I'm moving back in with him.
It's no use blaming us, Dad.
We just wanted to get on with our lives until Josh and his mate started the pressure again. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it's already gone far enough.
Were you talking to the wrong people?
They're the ones who keep coming after us.
I mean, come on, Dad. You said you had all this when you were a lad. What did you do?
Well, yeah, we had fights with lads from the North End, but that was just fists. Oh, occasionally bricks got thrown, but this, people ended up crippled. There'll be knives next time, what then? Guns?
Well, I'm telling you, if Josh starts with guns, then I'm not backing down.
Listen to you. I mean, you're not some homies from LA, you know.
We didn't start it, Dad.
Look, neither of you are stupid. It doesn't matter who started it. You must be able to see where this is going.
My dad used to say exactly the same as you, that violence isn't the answer. But all I learned is that if I keep turning the other cheek, then people let me back harder because they think I'm a soft touch.
Look, if they come round here again, I want to know about it. If I'm not here, you call the police.
Oh, yeah, right.
Now, hold on, love. There's bound to be a simple explanation.
But he heard her crying in bed last night.
That's to be expected.
Mum, where have you been?
Hi, what's going on?
She was expecting you to pick her up from school.
Oh, I'm sorry, Em. I went straight to the supermarket. You're gonna have to let go of me, love. There's still stuff in the car.
I'll get that for you.
You should have left me a note or something. I've been worried sick about you.
Oh, you don't have to be, darling.
I thought something has happened to you.
I'm sorry I frightened you, love. Look, nothing is gonna happen to me. I promise I am not going anywhere.
I suppose Mark was delighted to be getting you back. Is he suitably triumphant?
Doesn't know I'm going back yet.
Vic, look, I really don't understand what you think you can do when you get there.
I just might be able to help.
So, you know something the medical profession doesn't?
Have you ever heard of emotional support? No, I don't suppose you have. You're a doctor, aren't you? Not part of your remit. If you can't fix it with a pill or chop it out with a scalpel, then don't bother. I just want to be there for him.
Okay, I'm sorry. Support him by all means.
Thank you.
But you don't know how long you're going to be there. It could be years.
I am aware of that.
You're dumping me to go back to someone you can't stand.
That's not fair. I just don't want him to be alone.
Oh, brilliant. So you're going to swoop in like some angel of mercy and mop his fevered brow.
It's not like that at all.
It's exactly like that. Listen. Look. You're going to go in there and pity him. For how long? A week? A month? A year? But eventually you will be left with resentment, and believe me, you will end up hating him.
Come in.
It's a bit cosy than I expected. I rather thought it'd be more streamlined, Shakerish.
Not been here before then?
It's not my scene. I didn't know it was yours.
What?
Well, you must have realised. She likes to wear the trousers.
And does that matter?
A bit defensive, aren't we?
Look, we're friends. And I didn't invite you over here to gossip about Shelley.
OK. So, why are we here?
I'm here because I've been driven out my own home.
Callum?
And is you and Alistair telling me you wouldn't come anywhere near me?
Excuse me, do you know Susanna Morrissey in this ward?
Yes, just a minute.
Thank you. Oh, my God, Susanna. What's happened to you?
Can I put some barges in?
Yeah.
How about you, Lee?
He's in the shower. Put them in anyway.
Your mum okay?
Sound, yeah. She's off to London to see me Auntie Joan. Wanted to know if I was going.
You've only just got back from Newquay.
I know, yeah. And it's not as if I'm going to leave Leo with all this stuff on his toes.
Oh, yours, lad.
Sam? Some boss motors in there, kiddo.
Oh, you'll have to start saving.
Now that you're a man, I thought I'd treat you to some driving lessons for your 18th birthday present.
Ah, sound. How about you just give me the money and I'll book them myself?
I don't know about that.
You don't trust me with the money, do you?
Well, look what Jerome did with the money his dad left him.
Well, I'm not Jerome.
Look, son, I want you to stand on your own 2 feet. But putting a big wedge of money in your hands won't help.
I might want to start my own business for all you know. That's the thing, isn't it? You don't know because you never ask. You just tell me to get down the job centre.
Look, I make mistakes. I admit that. But I keep trying with you because I care. Okay?
All right, then. I'll take the lessons, but just don't start all that soppy stuff.
Oh, no.
Where are they?
Out.
That's their car, isn't it?
Look, this has gone far enough. Let's call it a day.
What? You mean while my mate's spending his life as a cripple?
It's finished.
No, no, no. We're gonna finish it.
What did I tell you, Leo?
This is our fight, Dad.
Look, I've told you, it's finished.
So what are we going to do, stay under siege?
We sit it out.
Nice one, Martin Luther King.
He told you to disappear?
Yeah.
And then he did this to you?
He even came to the hospital to inspect the damage.
He's out of control.
You're telling me? And you and Alistair are two little voices that don't make a blind bit of difference to him.
I think you underestimate how far Alistair would be prepared to go.
When it comes right down to it, blood's thicker than water.
So why call me if you're convinced we can't do anything?
Because
Because your sweet brother-in-law tried to kill you and Alistair.
Oh, yeah. Your theory about the explosion.
It's more than just a theory.
Oh, do me a favour.
He told me.
Oh, hold on. Callum gets Bunty the bouncer to put you in hospital and then conveniently tells you he tried to get rid of me and Alistair.
He wasn't just telling me like that, he was bragging about it. He was saying with you and Alistair out the way he could take over the family business.
Oh, don't be stupid. Where's your evidence?
Well, I can hardly torture it out of him, can I?
Well, you better think of something. Otherwise, I can see you living here happily ever after.
And Katrina's taking good care of Harry and Emma. I saw them this morning. They're really very well. Right. I'd better go if she's still resting, hadn't I? Okay, Susanna, I'll pop by again. Oh, sorry.
How's Aunt Nicky?
She's fine. Just gone to the library, so that's a good sign.
Ugh.
What?
Why have you got butter beans?
Your dad likes...
Yeah. And he liked Brussels sprouts as well, didn't he?
Couldn't get him to eat any of his greens when he was a lad, though.
Mum, I'm going to get changed, OK? Yeah. Are you all right?
Yeah, it's all right.
She was really worried when you weren't here, you know.
Can't believe I forgot to collect the poor thing. Just got carried away in the supermarket.
You've bought enough food to feed an army?
Just at the usual big shop. £15 of spuds, sausages, eggs. Take the three of us a month to eat what I've bought.
I was the same when I lost my fella. It took me ages to work out the shopping just for me and Greg.
Never thought me and you'd be in the same boat. Well, not at this age.
How do you mean?
Both widows. Both lost sons.
You know, outliving your spouse, well, we all think about that. But a child.
I called in the police station before, on the way back.
What did they have to say?
Oh, nothing. They're still nowhere near as to find those who planted the bombs.
Marky, even if the police find whoever did it, it won't make any difference to us. We've just got to try and be positive.
Yeah, but it's so hard, Jess. I can't sleep properly. If I close my eyes, all I can see is Greg's face. If I go into our Jason's room...
Why don't you try and get back into your work?
I was looking at our wedding photos the other day. God, he was handsome. I was really lucky, wasn't I, Jess?
Yeah.
I was really lucky.
Are you still there? Yeah.
Can we get you tea?
Thought you might have phoned busies by now. Yeah, don't they usually deal with this sort of thing?
I might get them, but at the moment I'm hoping that they just get bored and go.
You know they're probably laughing at us.
Let them laugh. Hey, don't take the bait.
Oh, come on, Dad, let's take them on. 3 on 3, it's fair enough.
Just eat your food.
If you can't get rid of them after this, then me and Leo are gonna have to go and do something because I'm not having anybody laughing at me.
This isn't an easy thing for me to do.
I didn't say that it was.
I have to follow my instincts.
What am I supposed to do? Just put everything on hold?
I can't ask that.
So what are you doing then? Is this setting me free?
I suppose I am.
Well, thanks. A bunch, Victoria.
I'm sorry.
What's this? Lover's tiff?
Hardly, seeing as we're not lovers.
What's going on?
I'm leaving. I'm going back to Mark.
Beg your pardon?
He's ill.
What, you mean he's sick?
Nathan, I'm serious. I mean, he's ill. He's really ill. He's gonna die.
Hello. Hiya. I didn't expect you back so soon.
Oh, they phoned me the client was ill.
Oh, I was just going. If you need to talk things over, just give me a call.
Yeah, I will do.
Right. I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I didn't expect you back for ages.
Why? Did you want me out of the way?
No. No, I just didn't know if you'd mind me inviting people round.
Any guests you like, Lindsay. You don't have to be so secretive.
I didn't want to take advantage.
We're friends. So, is it just a social visit?
No. No, but, you know, she's involved in property.
Yeah.
And she wants to talk to me about a club that she's got her eye on. Compare notes.
Bet you're itching to get stuck in at your own place. Get it back up and running.
Well,
Come on. It's the big dream you've been chasing, isn't it?
yeah, sure, but I want to make sure I'm strong enough before I take it all on again.
You can do that, can't you?
Make sure I've got my strength back, and I won't let anything stand in my way.
Max?
Come on, girls. Out you come. I know you're in there.
Look, you may as well go. There'll be no fighting there today.
There will be. Because those two are going to have to come out here sometime. Everything all right, Mick? No, reinforcements.
Top of the morning to you, darling.
Shall I phone the police?
I've already done that.
Oh, and I believe that as well. What is your problem, Sonny? Them. Yeah, well, you're not getting them.
Look, the police are on the way. It's up to you whether you stick around or not, but you'll be shifted. One way or the other.
You can't hide behind your dad in this one forever, you know.
I'm not hiding behind anyone, mate.
Yeah, anytime.
Back off.
Hope you keep a fire extinguisher by the bed, boys.
We've got to do something about this.
Like what? Those idiots only understand violence.
Let's give it to them then.
I don't want to hear any more about fighting fire with fire.
This isn't just your problem, you know, Mick. It concerns everyone who lives here.
Right, well then, maybe everyone should talk about it.
Sounds sensible to me.
And what's that going to do?
Well, at least it might make everyone understand how serious this thing is.
What more do people need to know?
You haven't had much success sorting it yourselves, have you? Hey? So maybe with a few more heads on the subject, we might be able to come up with a proper solution.
A load of racists come round here, threaten to torch us all. No use that want to do is have some meeting.
I'll ring you.
Right.
Shall I make myself scarce?
There's no need.
No. Bye, Nath.
Yeah. See you, Vic.
Bye, Darren.
This is madness.
I better go.
Victoria.
I'll be in touch soon.
I can't take it all in.
Join the club.
Did you, ever get round to popping the question?
What?
Victoria, did you ask her to marry you?
No.
Shame. Might have made all the difference.
You think I don't know that?
Why are you here?
be with you.
Who told you where I was?
That's not important. I came as soon as I heard. I would have been here earlier if...
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter. Susanna, look at you.
I don't need your help.
Oh, I think you do.
You stay away from my children. If you ever call my son a rapist again, I'll have you in court so fast your cheap slip-on shoes won't touch the grind.
Does Susanna know you're here?
Well, I think she's got a pretty good idea.
I don't want to go.
I'm not going anywhere.
The cat leaps out of the bag on 4 in Friends, next.
Can you do something about the other drip? Had a good trip.
No prizes for guessing why you're here.
This is flaming charming, this is. We were only trying to help, you know.
No, you were interfering as per usual, Dad. I told you to leave it.
Jackie, we couldn't, love. It was for your own sake. It's time Maxie faced up to his responsibilities. You've been run ragged, you know. Am I supposed to stand by and do nothing?
Well, if that's what I've asked you to do, then yeah. It's my life, and if I want to give Susanna a hand when she needs me, that's up to me.
Yeah, and I'm your dad, and I look out for my kids. And Maxie should do the same for this.
And don't be thinking you're off the hook, because I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Well, at least you're in the spare room. You'd have to be feeling really guilty to jump back into the marital bed.
This isn't about guilt.
Oh, really? Or duty, then? Ironic, isn't it? You don't show the slightest interest in saving our marriage until I tell you I'm dying. I suppose I'm not such a grim prospect now I've got an expiry date.
Our marriage wasn't working, we both know that.
In a nutshell, then, once I turned into a boring git, you turned into the wife of a boring git. Quite. Well, I wish you'd done me the courtesy of this honest conversation before I had a death sentence hanging over me.
Oh, thanks. Well, suspense might kill me, even if the explosion didn't.
What do you mean?
Your tale of woe. Oh, it's all been a terrible misunderstanding. How you...
I haven't come to rake up the past. I've come to look after the children, to relieve you of the worry.
All very commendable, but a year too late.
Look, don't.
No, darling me. You gave up that right 20 years ago when you started sleeping with my friend.
You concentrate on you. You need rest and peace of mind.
I don't want your help. I certainly didn't ask for it. All I want to do is to get home with my children and get on with my life as a single parent.
Okay, well, I'll leave you in the capable hands of the nurses. And
You can leave the children in the capable hands of their father.
You stay away from my children. I don't want you anywhere near them.
Nikki?
Hiya.
Hi, kid. Listen, I know this isn't the best time, but we're having a residents' meeting.
Oh, what mix, isn't he?
Yeah, listen, it'd be good if you or your mum, I mean, only if you feel up to it, like.
Yeah. Anything to get rid of those scumbags.
It's all right.
Anyway, I'd best get off. I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, kid. Hey, you look after yourself, eh?
I may as well have a bell round my neck. So, do you think we'll get a good turnout for this meeting?
Oh, I hope so. Told Mick I'd do a last-minute rallying round call, you know.
Right. It was good of him to let us use his house.
Yeah, you don't fancy giving us a hand, do you?
Me? A Musgrove? I thought you wanted people to come to this meeting, Jimmy, not stay away in their droves.
Hey, listen, when you're Beauty and Blarney on the fellas plus my lovable scally act on the women, Mick's place will be chocker, I'm telling you.
Hiya, Nick.
All right.
Listen, I'm sorry I haven't been round. I was bang out of order at the funeral. Look, I've got to go and feed Harry. Can you knock round later?
Dunno. I'll see what my mum's doing.
Please. I want to apologise and I need to talk to you.
Okay, might call round in a bit. Clinton King. Are you going out?
Yeah. Time to get back to reality. Ross wants me to nip round. Brief me before I go back on Monday.
That's brilliant, Mum.
Face me, eh? 3 kids, never changed a fuse in my life.
You've never had to, have you? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Jimmy Corkle wants us to go to that meeting at Mick's.
Oh, does he now?
Just up your street, Mum. Next door, in fact. Sticking up for the underdog and all that.
Do you reckon? Look, the underdog can go walkies, Nick. I'm the sole breadwinner now. My family comes first.
Shall I have a go, Mum? Mum? Mum?
Oh, I've probably put the old one back in again. But your dad is having a field day watching this now. Yeah, well, he shouldn't have left us, should he?
Yeah, Mum. Sit down. I can towel dry your hair.
Who's the mummy? Listen, I am going to fix this. It kills me.
Whatever happened to service with a smile?
I hope you're not going to chin me and all.
Look, Mike, I've got no quarrel with you. Your Al fella deserved what he got. He as good as said I was dealing in the classroom.
Yeah, he was way out of line. But you went too far, Jimmy. You know his heart's knackered.
All right, let's just agree to differ.
Yeah, as long as you keep your hands and your head away from him.
So you coming to this meeting, or what?
No, me and Rachel are going to have a night in. I'm sure Max Farnham would give it a go, though. He wouldn't want his kids living in a war zone.
Maxie Farnham? Is he going to do a Florence Nightingale?
Yeah, I'm sure he'd do it if she was totty enough. She'll give him a shout. He's due back from Greece any time.
Thanks, Mike.
Before you start, we did it for you and Harry.
For Harry? Those kids would be better off in care than with him.
Are you sure about that? Because that's where he would have defo ended up.
Oh, behave.
What kind of a mother are you?
And he'd been carrying on all that time?
Yep. I mean, I knew he was smooth. But that's Oscar winning that, isn't it?
Oscar winning? I think if I was Suzanne, I'd have cut off his Golden Globe. Do you think he'll come to the meeting?
I don't know. But maybe me and Maxie can take it in turns to batter Ron Dixon.
Are you sure you want me to tell Ron?
Yeah, we need everyone we can get. Anyway, give him a chance to wear his white pointy hat.
Mr. Dixon,
What can I do for you?
there's a residents' meeting on the close about the gang of hooligans that have been causing all the trouble.
How is there now?
7 o'clock on Monday at Mick Johnson's. Do you think you'll be able to make it?
Oh, I should think so, love. After all, I have lived round here for a long time, so I feel like I belong. And my family have always managed to stay on the right side of the law. Your Luke going to this meeting, is he?
What if he is? He's as much right to be there as anybody.
Very cosy, though, eh? the local druggie and the mother of the rapist.
Dad, leave it, will you?
If you ever call my son a rapist again, I'll have you in court so fast your cheap slip-on shoes won't touch the ground.
Nice one, Pops.
You betrayed me and our life together. And our children, and the memory of our dead children. And you send flowers.
You think you've got a monopoly on suffering, don't you? I suffered too, you know. I went ahead with the surrogacy because I couldn't bear to see you so unhappy.
I'm amazed you had time with all that bed hopping. Oh, go away, Max. I don't know why you're here and I don't care.
I dropped everything to be at the bedside of the woman that I love.
Faye poorly too.
Faye's history.
Lucky Faye.
Did you hear what I said? I'm here because I still love you. In spite of the fact that you totally humiliated me and stripped me of every last scrap of dignity, you've belittled me and mocked me since I came here. I love you. I've never stopped loving you. God help me, I don't think I ever will.
Mum, did you find it? You're going to be late. Oh, Mum, it's okay.
I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I remembered he was always mentioning it. Oh, it's Jason's hair. It's my baby's hair.
I suppose it was naive of me, but I'd hoped with the trial over, Luke could hold his head up high. You know, put it all behind him.
Well, sometimes kids need to get away, don't they? However old they are.
Anyway, the way things are around here right now, Luke's probably better off in Ireland.
Well, the racists, you mean?
Oh, he'd lynch them. Is it Ben?
No. It's the Greek god himself. Come on. All right, Maxos. How was Paxos?
I really wouldn't know, Jimmy. Hi.
Hi.
So you got off in a bit of a hurry, didn't you?
Well, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you've got some books to mark. If you excuse me.
Well, we'll cross him and his goatee off our guest list, shall we?
Katrina, hi. Mind if I come in?
Does Susanna know you're here?
Well, I think she's got a pretty good idea.
I'll tell you what, kiddo. I wouldn't want to be in his flip-flops.
Yeah. Well, I hope people turn up at Mick's. We need to make a stand.
Yeah, they'll come. We've done our best, haven't we? Listen, I'll see you later.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
There, look.
Do you want to give her a bottle?
Would that be all right? Oh, thank you.
Daddy's going to feed you, Emma. You'll like that, won't you?
Emma? So, Mummy called you Emma, eh? Hello, beautiful girl.
Susanna says she looks like Emily.
Yeah, she's the image of her. Yeah, you would have loved your big sister, wouldn't you? Your big sister would have loved you. Hello, Emily. Do you want some?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Easy, isn't it?
He's not doing any harm.
Oh, very little house on the prairie.
Oh, hello, Jackie. I wondered when you'd turn up.
As soon as Emma's had that, you can do one.
Sorry, I wasn't aware that you own this house. Quite the property magnate, aren't you?
I came to warn you that he might turn up and to say don't let him in.
Yeah, that's your forte, meddling, isn't it? Yes. You could get a degree in it, but you'd need A-levels, O-levels even. Oh, and then there's tuition fees. Well, never mind. Always sell another baby, couldn't you?
Well, there's always someone willing to buy one. But mostly they stick around to look after their investment. What a waste of 30 grand, eh, Max? Faye was a pricey lay. 1,500 quid a year, I reckon.
How dare you? How dare you waltz in here and rubbish my name in front of my family?
Oh, and since when have you ever cared about them? All this mercy dash stuff is a load of crap.
Suzanne and I, we were perfectly happy until you took it upon yourself to wreck my marriage and my life.
Well, the kids are really pleased to see you, aren't they?
I'm going. For my children's sake. They shouldn't be upset like this. I'll be in touch. Just keep your nose out of my business, yeah?
Oh, spare me the amateur dramatics. Just do one.
You should have told me sooner.
I couldn't. It would have affected your decision.
But the illness must have affected your behavior, our relationship.
But I wanted you to come back for me. Sleep with me. Kiss me. Laugh at me. I knew that once I told you I'd have to let you go, and I just couldn't face it.
What did you think I'd say? You're dying. What a bummer. See ya. You must think I'm very shallow.
On the contrary, you've done exactly what I was afraid you'd do. But I've never known you to be predictable before. You're here for all the wrong reasons. You've come back to do your duty.
It's much more than duty. I think we should take things one day at a time. We can make this work.
Work? It's a relationship, not a dodgy engine. I'd like you to go, Vic.
Please don't say that. At least let's try.
You're here out of pity. It's okay, I absolve you. I love you even, but I don't want a nursemaid. And I only wanted my wife back if she wanted me. And the thing you find most interesting about me is my illness.
That's not true. It's so unfair. It's my choice and I choose to stay.
I asked you to go! Now leave me, I can manage!
I really want to stay. Please let me stay and be with you.
No! You didn't want me when I was healthy, so how the hell's it gonna work now you know I'm dying?
Hiya. Peace offering. Thanks. Nick, I'm dead sorry. I should have believed you. I was cabbaging you'd had a few. I just couldn't deal with what you were telling me. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's not. I've been a cow. I've avoided you since the funeral. I just couldn't get my head around everything.
How come you believe me now?
Things are falling into place. I found this.
We've been seeing each other for ages.
Good few months at least. I'm sorry. Shouldn't I have shown it to you?
Dad's got terrible handwriting.
Susanna's such a hypocrite. She went ballistic at me and Jace because they found us on the sofa. Said it was inappropriate behaviour when her kids are upstairs. Keep her there. They'd have probably been at it in Harry's room.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to go with your dad.
I wish me mum would. She got him on this mad pedestal.
How is she?
And it's chaotic. 1 minute, it's like she's been on the happy pills, and the next, she's bawling her eyes out. Then it's all action stations, I'm going to be late.
How are you doing?
Oh, nice. I don't think my dad played away until Susanna.
Jason thought your mum and dad were the ideal couple.
Maybe they were. Till I went and got raped.
Nicky, none of this is your fault, it's Susanna's.
I didn't blow up the club, but I blew up the marriage.
But that's rubbish, Nick. You're too upset to think straight.
Am I? The rape, the rows with the Musgroves, the court case. It drove them apart. I drove them apart.
They were there for you because they're your mum and dad.
You don't know what I was like to live with. I really need you both around for me. Me. They didn't even get a look in.
You have really got to stop this, Nick. Your mum and dad were doing fine until Susanna decided to treat herself to someone else's husband. And me and Jace were doing fine and all.
You've got a nerve.
Oh, fine, thanks, Mike. How are you?
Hey, you nearly put me our fella into an early grave.
It's a long time ago. Is he about? Hello, Ron. Ron, I just wanted to...
Forget it, Max. I'm not interested.
To say thank you for letting me know about Susanna. I'm grateful to you.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for Jacqueline and for Harry.
Whatever your reasons, I'm very indebted to you.
You know what my dad and Aunt Mike are like? They just thought they were doing the right thing.
But it's none of their business. You should have made that clear to them.
I've tried to be a good friend to you. It's not my fault if me dad...
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. No, you're not to blame. Was Max thinking of upsetting Harry like that?
Well, it was probably me and all. I was shouting.
Sometimes it's the only way to get through to Max. Did Katrina let him hold Emma?
Yeah, but Emma was just happy to guzzle away in her bottle. She's patting the pounds on now.
Oh, I wish I could bathe them and cuddle them. I feel so useless.
No, you're not. And you're not going to be in here forever. I mean, a couple more days and you'll be out of intensive care. And don't you be worrying about Max because I am on pest patrol.
Nothing for over a year. Just a few lousy flowers. And then he has the audacity to turn up here declaring undying love.
You are joking. Well, what did you say?
Oh, nothing. He was out of the door before I could speak.
So, you wouldn't have him back then?
No, Jackie. The men in white coats would have to come and get me before I have Max back.
I'll keep the mobile on day and night. Mark? I still love you. You don't have to go through this alone. Mark? Call me as soon as you need me. It's okay. I'm scared. No, I'm terrified. I don't want you to go. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not.
My mum was really made up with hers. Katrina, she must never find out. She won't. Flaming Susanna. I don't know how you can work for her. I mean, you're supposed to be going up the aisle in a white dress, not a black suit.
I can't forgive her, Nick. I love them, but I hate the mother. I mean, hate, like I've never hated before.
This house, everything, it's all past their lie. I couldn't live here.
I don't have much choice.
Rubbish. Bernie could squeeze you in. You could model full time.
I don't mean that. I promised Jackie I'd stay on here till the ladyship's up and about. Then I'm out of here. It shouldn't be for much longer.
What? Susanna in the Aussie, flat on her back. Favourite position. Trine, you could be talking months. I mean, how many people do you know would work for someone who killed the fiancé?
What about the kids? I can't just abandon them.
Max is back, isn't he? You've skivvied for her, rearranged things for her, because it didn't fit in with her plans. How should he pay your loyalty? By lying to you? I mean, Jason died because of her affair with me dad. Her kids, they've still got their dad, and he's back. So why don't you just leave them to get on with it?
Hi, Ma. Did you miss me?
You've made an idiot out of me, and I'm going.
What are you doing back, anyway?
I live here.
Jeez, you must be mad.
The hell did they think they'd do?
Where are you going?
Get our children back.
They haven't got a clue what they're up against, none of them. Are we going to get another posse together then, or what?
Back in a minute, please. Thank you.
So has there been any sign of them today?
No, but they'll be back.
Joey thought he saw Josh Carter driving off the parade when he was going into work.
This has got to be sorted once and for all.
I hope so. Okay, see you at Mixed Black 7.
Right, okay.
Hi, Ma. Did you miss me?
You never told me you were coming home. I suppose you knew.
Well, he phoned this afternoon. Nice surprise, eh?
Oh, you're not thinking of disappearing again, are you?
No, Ma. I'm home for keeps now. Come on, Ma. We're both ready for a tea. Have you heard any more about getting a hearing aid?
You what?
Hearing aid.
Yeah, I'm not bothering.
Well, why? How can you manage without one?
Well, I'm going to wait and see if my eardrum heals up properly. And I might need one.
Yeah, but why put up with this?
You what?
Well, wouldn't it be easy with a hearing aid?
I'll see how it goes.
Just a sec, mate. Hope you two are going to make yourself scarce.
What?
I've got neighbours coming round here, and I don't want you two causing trouble.
We have a right to be here, you know. We're not kids.
All this lot only started because they had it in for me and Leo.
We should be here to know what's going on.
Well, I'm glad you want to join in. But I don't want any more talk about posses.
So how are you and the neighbours planning on tackling it then?
Well, that's what the meeting's for.
But what he's actually going to do?
Simba?
Just sit in the meeting and listen.
This is mad.
I can't hear myself think with all that banging and hammering going on. Don't those developers ever knock off?
Isn't it time you knocked off?
Well, I can't find any protection from that lot in this so-called lease agreement. You know, they've offered me peanuts to get out of great grannies.
Well, you should just grab it and run.
You're joking, aren't you? I told them where they can stick that offer.
And what did they say?
Oh, they said that they weren't going to be held to ransom, but they don't know who they're dealing with, do they?
Dad, if you hang in there, they'll start hiking up your rent. You should take the money before they make it a lower offer.
Jacqueline, that business is my life. I lost my job at the factory, I lost the shop, I'm not...
What about your health? Is it really worth all the hassle?
I said it's my life. And we should be fighting those get-rich-quick merchants, not selling out like Mick Johnson and you. And I'm going to bring this up at the residents' meeting. Are you coming?
No, I'm going to try and rescue Susanna from your mate Maxie trying to worm his way back in.
Jackie, why don't you come and back me up?
Do you think I owe you any favours after you using my own boyfriend to drag Max Farnham back? All you're doing is interfering, just like you did dragging Max back here.
Ah, forget it. Great grannies makes my life worth living. I'm staying. I'm in the right. I'm not having him walk all over me. I'm fighting.
Oh, my darlings, how are you two? Oh, I didn't know you were bringing them in.
I need to talk to you.
Oh, I hope you two have been good for Katrina now. Oh, it's good of you to bring them in. Sit down.
I'm not stopping. I can't live in the same house as you, minding your children when you made a complete fool out of me.
What do you mean?
I know all about you and Jason's dad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nicky's just told me. You tried to tell that was some sort of fling when it'd been going on for months. You were carrying on with him and telling lies to cover up.
It wasn't like that.
You were having it off with Jason's father, your next door neighbour, a married man. And you didn't miss a trick to use me. All the times he phoned, the times he dropped in, they were all lies. I even found that card he sent you. And that slinky night dress. He bought you that, didn't he?
You had no right to go prying in my house.
You made me work late night after night, so I couldn't see Jason. And now he's dead. You just used me. You robbed me of what little time I had left with Jace.
I'm sorry.
Jason got killed trying to rescue his dad. He wouldn't have been anywhere near that bomb if you hadn't dragged him down there to screw him.
You don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do. You made an idiot out of me, and I'm going.
So what about the children?
I'll have to find someone else.
Look at me, I can't do anything stuck in here.
I'm sorry, you two. Just wish you could understand what your mother did to me.
Katrina! Wait!
Well, I've been away, I've had time to think. It's about time I admitted defeat. I can't cope with this cat and mouse game anymore. I think we should talk. All about the club, the future. We've got to work something out. So, how about Saturday? Lunchtime, my place? More public? What about the shelf? Yeah, it's open. So I'll see you Saturday, 12:30. Bye, Callum.
Turn the telly off, will you? Yeah, I'll sit down. Come on, make some space, will you?
No, no, thanks. I'll be fine here.
Any chance of a cup of tea, Mick?
Dad.
That's all right. Go on, son, there's some in the pot. So, who else has got to come?
Well, everyone's been told. How are you feeling, Sinbad?
You've got to speak up and let him read your lips. Sin? All right, come in.
Speak up.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right, thanks. You don't mind me coming, do you?
No, no, the more of us, the better. I'm just sorry your dad had to work.
Cheers, lad.
Come in, love.
Hey.
Come sit to your Nick.
What's going on?
Oh, Katrina brought the children in and just dumped them on me.
Oh, God.
She knows about me and Greg, and she's refused to work with me anymore.
Well, where are they taking them?
They've taken them to the family room while they find the hospital social worker. You've got to go and get them and take them home.
I can't do that.
You've got to. Look at me, I can't look after them.
Well, what about your Lisa?
The staff nurse phoned the number I've got for her at the hotel, but she hasn't answered. All she could do was leave a message. You've got to help.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go and see what's happening.
Rose? Hi, it's Lindsay. Oh, I'm fine. Much better, thanks. Would you fancy some lunch at the Shelf? Well, on Saturday, about 12? No, it's not business. It's purely personal. So I'll see you Saturday, 12 at the Shelf. Bye-bye.
What are you doing here? Where are the children?
For nothing to do with me anymore. They're with Susanna.
She's in an unfit state to have them. You'll have to take them.
I'm sorry. I've had enough and I'm leaving. I have to make other arrangements.
You can't leave them here. Susanna's ill. She needs you. She relies on you.
All she needed me for was to babysit while she was carrying on with the next door neighbour.
Sorry?
She used me while she was carrying on with Greg Shadwick. They were at it for months.
Tapping on the window, you frightened the life out of me then.
Just checking. Finnegan wasn't here. What are you doing back, anyway?
I live here.
Jeez, you must be mad. I am calling a cab and getting you into the nearest hotel.
No, I'm staying here.
Lindsay, he is not just going to give up like that, love. For God's sake, will you go?
Dad, I said I'd only come in once I'd thought everything through.
Oh, right. So you're going to give him your share of the club, I?
No.
So what are you doing, risking it here? The fella's a psycho.
Just back off, Dad. I've thought everything through and I know he won't touch me, not at the moment.
You what? You don't know anything when he's involved. He is totally unpredictable.
Just leave it to me, eh?
I'm not having my mother slagged off in the street by scum like that. Now, I say we all get together and sort him once and for all. Too right.
I realise that, but I don't want you coming up with negative stuff.
Well, look what happened to you guys. I mean, don't you want some justice?
Yeah, but not if it means more violence. We've already got one person paralysed.
That lad deserved what he got.
Leo.
Look, I'm with Leo. Justin has lot trashed your shop, remember?
Let's just hang on and do things in an orderly way. All right, Jimmy, come in, mate.
Sorry, mate. Oh, got delayed. Right. So where are we up to?
Knocking 7 bells after Josh Carter and his gang.
All right. Do I have a seconder for that? Only kidding. That's not going to solve anything, is it? But my mate there has been left deaf, and I want a chance to get even, but not with violence. Violence is out because...
we'll all end up in jail.
Not if we stick together and all keep our mouths shut.
I don't want to stoop to their level.
It won't work, lad. People don't keep their mouths shut.
All we have to do is tell the police.
Isn't there another way without involving them?
They're not interested anyway. I mean, how many times have you been given a pull and been called Sambo and all the rest of it? Every 5 minutes since I got my car. I mean, he's even been pulled for being a dealer, just for driving a flash car.
Not all the police are racist. I don't like kids fighting and carrying on like vigilantes. Well, the last person I thought would turn up to something like this.
Look, it's useless relying on the police. It's down to us.
I might live away, but I still retain the interest. Happens to T and Vicky's, have I?
No time for anything like that, Ron.
Listen, I hope we're going to get something properly organised for the next BRA meeting.
This isn't some talking shop like that old fart Bing Crosby used to run, you know.
Oh, you're trying to run this, are you?
Hey, me and Neve called this meeting.
We're here to decide what to do about racist, Ron. Sure it's your kind of thing?
Yes. And at least in Bing's day, we didn't have no marks like this kid causing bother. And we didn't have developers on the parade trying to rip us off. Right, who's taking the minutes?
Hey, it's not a BRA meeting how many more times?
He's half deaf because of that lot. I'm here to show support.
What's he saying?
We just get on with it, Jimmy.
Look, let's just get together and next time they show up, we just give them a beating.
That's just macho rubbish. Kelly's granddad's right.
I know I am, girl.
I mean, everyone's out for revenge. We should call in the police.
It's not enough to just leave it to the police. We need to back them up.
How? Yeah, how?
Let us speak.
If they turn up, we should turn out and face them as a group. You know, as a community. Sure, they've damaged property. They've beaten up Mick and Sinbad. They abused me in front of my own house. No, we shouldn't have to put up with this anymore.
I suppose I could persuade Katrina to reconsider.
No, it wouldn't work. She blames me for what happened to Jason. Oh, why'd I ever get involved with Greg?
Why did you?
I was lonely. Stressed out. Just let it happen. Don't you dare try to make comparisons with you and Faye.
I wasn't going to. Can't help but think of the word hypocrisy. I suppose that calls us quits.
Oh, no. Never quits. Nothing like Max. Oh, I don't want to discuss it. I just want my children safe and sound and properly cared for.
I'll take them home in a few minutes. I want to see you settled first.
I don't want you to take them.
Well, who else is going to?
Excuse me.
What are you doing here?
Are they all right?
Yeah, the nurses are feeding them.
Did you see the social worker?
Social worker?
Yeah, if there's no other option, she reckons she could try and get them into foster care till you're discharged.
Foster care?
No!
The hell do they think they're doing?
Where are you going?
Get our children back.
You've got to take them, Jackie.
I can't.
But Harry's your own son.
I'm sorry, but Susanna, I couldn't cope.
You can't control gangs like this, lot. They always get the upper hand when people are scared.
Then we shouldn't run scared. I remember Derry before Operation Motorman. Before the Army and the RUC cleared the no-goes. I was only, what, 14? But I remember people standing up to the paramilitaries.
And we had to leave in the end.
Yeah, well, I'm not running again.
Hey, I don't want revenge. I just want to live here in peace and not have to look over my shoulder every time I go out.
Then move.
Why should people have to move just because of them?
We'll have to if they keep coming back. I didn't want to lose the house in London, Daddy, but I had no choice. You can't beat people like that. It was the same on the ships. I stuck it, but in the end I had to leave my job on the ships because we got swamped out by chinks and darkies.
Dad, for God's sake.
What? Do you want me to go on PCD and call them ethnic or something? Even if I did, why did I end up on the ferry boats?
Maybe we should go and join Josh's gang. I know, we've even got racists on the close now.
One moves out, another one moves in, eh?
Oh, is that a dig at me, like? Whatever happened to free speech?
Yeah, free speech. It's down to the foreigners. I don't care what you say.
You gonna let them get away with that?
You apologise or get out.
Yeah, apologise.
No way.
You fascist.
Watch what you're saying, son.
Stop it, Dad. Just shut up.
Tell with apologies. I'm not having anyone calling me a fascist when they stood by to let those Shadwick hotheads try and take our family home. That was fascism, but no one was bothered, were they? No, I'm going.
Yeah, and don't come back.
Do you want to leave an all run?
No.
You think what he thinks?
No, I don't. I'm no racist. I spoke up to the police about you lads, didn't I?
I'm so sorry about that. He's not a racist, not like this gang. He's just, you know, old-fashioned.
You heard what he said?
Yeah, and it was wrong, yes, but I don't want us falling out between ourselves. Because it's true, united we stand, divided we fall. If we let them split this community and turn us against each other, we'll lose. There will be violence.
So we contact each other and phone the police if we see Josh and company?
Yes.
And not just him either. Our Lindsay's just got out of hospital after being done over by that burglar. So anything at all that looks suspicious, and we do what Mick says. Yeah?
Look, we won't get anywhere unless we teach these guys a lesson once and for all.
Grow up, Jerome.
You know, Mum, I hate to admit it, but, well, I agree with him.
See?
It's just stupid. You'll all end up getting hit like Sinbad.
Not if we get a posse together.
That's even more stupid.
What's he doing here? Look, couldn't you just stay the way? Come on. We're out of here.
Stay where you are, son. This is a meeting for the whole community. Oh, sit down, Luke. Now, we all agreed on what I said.
Look, you okay?
Just can't bear being anywhere near him.
I should have just kicked him out. He's too soft. Right, let's come on.
Will you come for a drink with me?
To be there Look, I'll catch up in Barbrook as soon as it's finished.
I'll be in the Swan.
Why that dive?
Hey, well, you might go into Barbrook.
Maybe let's just go home and then I'll come round in a bit.
No. Don't want to come home.
Okay. See you later.
I don't want either of you involved in any fights.
It's not the way to do it.
Yeah, well, don't expect me to be brawling. I've got a bad heart.
Do you know, I can't hear nothing, you know. You're gonna have to slow down.
Still chatting rubbish.
This is supposed to be a meeting, not a riot. Now listen.
Just shut up, all of yous.
I want a vote here. Do we ring the police the next time we see these people, then contact each other and confront them, or what?
Then what?
We show them we won't be intimidated.
Look, yous older ones, yous are all soft. These guys are out for violence and nothing else is gonna stop them.
You're joking, are you? Someone else will end up getting hurt.
Well, it won't be us.
If you've got nothing to add here, just get out the house now.
Come on, Lee.
Leo, you stay where you are and listen to what Neve's got to say.
No, I won't. This talk, it's all crap. I don't want anything to do with it. Even Ryan Musgrove agrees with me. They haven't got a clue what they're up against, none of them.
Are we gonna get another posse together then, or what?
We don't need to.
Why we can't take them all on our own?
We don't need to. Not with these.
A petrol bomb? Are you serious?
I've made these and I'll make some more.
Oh, you can't use things like that, Jay. What are you playing at?
Look, they're out to get us. And if they push me, I'll use these.
Yeah, but you can count me out.
Right, well, are we voting or what?
What's the use? Half of us have gone.
They're just gonna laugh in our faces.
No, they won't. Not if we stand together and face them off. Look, we were supposed to be united, and now we're not. Next time they show up, someone could get hurt or even worse. Then this whole thing's just been a complete waste of time.
Hey, look, don't give in like that. Forget what the lad said. If they turn up again, we'll face them. Right?
Do you want a drink of juice? No.
Right, it's all sorted out. They're coming home with me. I'm the father. They're my responsibility.
I don't want you to take them. You walked out on them.
You told me to leave. You didn't give me a chance.
Look, maybe I should take them after.
Oh, please, Jackie, take them.
That won't be necessary. I'll be looking after them.
But she doesn't want you to.
I want you to leave.
I can't.
This is between man and wife. Get out and leave us alone.
Oh, man and wife.
You've interfered between us enough. You're not forcing me out of anywhere again.
Let Jackie take them, please, Max.
I've told you to get out. Now go!
Jackie!
Give me the keys.
I don't want you to take them.
Look, Lisa's not here. She's obviously not fit enough to have them, and Katrina's walked out on you. Do you honestly want our children going into foster care, for God's sake? Well, do you?
No.
Well, then you've got no option. Now, give me the keys.
I don't want you to take my children.
They'll be fine with their own father. You're not yourself. You're too upset to think clearly.
This is not what she wants.
I thought I told you to go. You said yourself you can't cope. What's keeping you?
I'm sorry, Susanna.
Now, you can concentrate on getting yourself better instead of worrying about the children. The doctor says you'll be well enough to come out in a few days. The children will be fine with me for however long you all need me.
I do a wonderful body massage.
Max, might be better if you went now.
Strong women, eh? Always hated them.
Do fashion styles work for real women? Arabella Weir asks the tough questions in She's Gotta Have It, next.